Hey everyone, welcome to another $1,000 strap search. I've got my $1,000 in singles here and I'm about to show you what I found. But before I do, let's talk about this week's tip. Now there are a lot of small head currency, small size banknotes that are out there that don't seem to have a huge value associated with them. When you start thinking of some of the blue seals, even in the $5 denomination, some of the red seals that are $2 and $5 denominations, that you don't think of these as being worth a ton of money. Well, first, that makes them very easy to collect. You can pick them up at shows pretty cheap. But secondly, if you are a person that's looking for a little bit more value, what you can do is look for those exact same notes but with stars, because the stars are much more limited. And saving stars has only been a thing, of the past, I don't know, 30, 40 years or so. People don't necessarily go back all that way in time strap searching. So there are stars out there to be found, but they are pretty scarce, and they didn't print them in the quantities that we do now. So once again, if you're looking for a way to make small size currency, I'm referring to currency from 1928 and newer. If you're looking for a way to find additional value, that's the way to do it. Of course, finding a star in great condition is definitely going to increase the value, but keep that in mind when you're doing your when you're out at shows and you're seeing some of the lesser expensive notes. You can do some value hunting, that's for sure. All right, what do I got this week here? I've got 1,000 singles. These are part of my Vegas trip. These were from the expensive casinos. I've got 2 from Fontainebleau. I've got 2 from Bellagio, 2 from Aria, 1 from Resorts World, 1 from Palazzo, the Venetian, and Cosmopolitan. Those are where everything came from. And let's take a peek at what I found. Starting with a trinary, 1s, 2s, and 3s. Now, I save trinaries not because they're worth anything. Trinaries and quads are not worth anything. And yes, I do say this in many of my videos, because if this is your first time watching, I figure you probably want the explanation. But anyway, trinaries, like I said, 3 different digits, 1s, 2s, and 3s, have no additional face value. And I don't care what the number is, even if it's 0, 1, 2. Some people call that a true trinary. I call it a trinary. It's not worth anything. Actually, if you want a true trinary, you should probably go with 1, 2, 3. But apparently 1, 2, 3 isn't worth anything, but 0, 1, 2 is. Why? It's irrelevant. There are just as many 1, 2, 3 notes as there are 0, 1, 2. And there's just as many 7, 8, 9s as there are 0, 1, 2s. So yeah, for people who try to tell you that 0, 1, 2 is a true trinary and it's worth more, no. All they did was take all trinaries and cut it down to try to make one look more rare than the other. So don't fall for that. Anyway, why do I save them? I save them because I'm trying to match pairs. Finding 2 notes with the same serial number in circulation, that's tough to do. But I've done it by saving trinaries and saving quads. I've found a couple of each, and I've paired those up. Now, with fancy serial numbers, it's a little easier because people tend to sell fancy serial numbers, so you can go hunting for specific numbers. But for trinaries and quads, not so much. And I don't buy mine, I simply look in circulation. Anyway, 1, 2, 3 on this trinary, 1s, 4s, and 9s on this one, 2s, 4s, and 7s here, 1s, 5s, and 7s on this one. And then here's my quads, quad 1s again, on a new bill, quad 2s. And if you look real close, you have to. This last 2 is actually 1/4 of a millimeter higher. So this must be worth a ton of money, right? No, not at all. Not at all. If the last digit or if any of the digits are raised significantly, it may be worth an extra $1 or $2. It's not until the digit is up or down so high that you can see the next digit that it actually has any actual value. And rather than trying to save those notes that are potentially worth $2, just buy a couple straps and look for them, find them yourself. I don't understand who these people are that are actually buying them, because they're not hard to find. And I really have to get the word out on that because people are still buying them. So don't buy them, just go to the bank and get them. Quad 2s on this one, pretty rough shape. Quad 5s on a 2006, so that's kind of cool. Then some stars, 2017 star note, another 2017A. Always checking to see if those stars are filled. That is an error, and it's an error that the grading companies will note. 2017A, another 2017A, another 2017A, another 2017A. Found lots of stars this time. 2017, another 2017 here. I will check all these on mycurrencycollection.com to see if any of them are rare, but you know I do all that at the same time. Now, this one here, you're going to have people telling you, if I was one of the classic eBay scammers, this is what I would tell you about this note. It has a wedding transfer, rare error. You can see portions of it here, and you can see portions of it here. And the 8 is overprinted. Another error. So this is a multi-error bill. So this note sells for $6,000. No, not at all. Wedding transfers are standard on almost every single bill. And having one digit that's a little darker than the rest, all that means is a small section of the ink may have been drying a little quicker than the rest, and it kind of clumped on there, or the digit itself was starting to wear, so it looks wider. It's not an error at all. So there's nothing special about this note, other than the fact that it's a star, and if I look it up and it's rare, it's in good condition. 2013 star, and a 2003 star. Too bad it wasn't in a little bit better shape, but beggars can't be choosers. Then I've got a 2003A in real nice shape. 2003A not so nice. 2003A also not so nice. 2003A. I save notes that are 20 years and older, and since we're in 2024 as I film this, 2003, 2003A count. Another one of those. Most of these are going to go back into circulation. I mean, this one's got a tear, a chunk missing out of it. But I always keep the nicer ones. Here's a 2003. Another 2003, and a 2001. This one's really bright. Too bad about the edge here, but the note itself is real bright, and with the 2001 series, the 2003 series came out 2 years later, so there's not that many of these out there. Another 2001, and another 2001. This one's a little rougher. 1999, really rough shape on that one. 99 as well. And the oldest note I found was from 1995, and of course we're checking to see if it's a web note, and it is not. A web note would only have one small little digit over here, and it would not have the location on this side. There would be nothing there. So that's what I found this week. Oh, wait, there is more. Why? Because when I was at the Cosmopolitan, here's my theory on, on casinos. The high-end casinos order singles to give out as change, and the low-end casinos are where people go and pay with singles. So if you want notes from circulation, you go to the cheaper casinos where people are bringing in singles, versus going to the high-end places where they just order them and give them out as change. The reason I say that is because apparently at the Cosmopolitan, somebody ordered notes and they got some brand new crisp uncirculated notes, and they did not want them all together, so they broke them up into a couple different packs, except these are stars. And it's interesting because if you look at the numbers, it's 97, 92, 87, 82, 77, 72, 67, 62. Now, of course, they didn't come this way from the BEP, so what I'm picturing is the person took a brand new stack of these and dealt them out like cards into 5 different stacks. And that's why you got these. And then from those 5 stacks, mixed in some circulated notes, just so these are easier to handle. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened there. Would have been nice to have a bunch of consecutive stars, but I'll take a bunch of stars that are in really good shape, that are almost consecutive. Not that I'm going to be selling these together or selling them at all. I'll just be putting them in my box because they are all in good shape. And as soon as I say that, I can see the bottom one isn't in as nice a shape. which is probably why they all broke up anyway. Yep. And that's got the little thingy on the bottom. All right. So that's everything that I found this week. So what did I bring out? Well, with all this talk about stars, I pulled this. This, as you can see, is a Series 1928C $5 legal tender, otherwise known as a United States note. It says here, this note is legal tender at its face value for all debts, public and private. And as you can see, it's a star. So a $5 1928C star note. Now, it's seen some days, that's for sure, but I mean, overall, it's all right. It does have the major crease here, major crease here. It's got a little bit of dirt. Looking at the back, you can see the crease is a little better. You can see this one here stands out, this one here, and then, of course, this, and this. So, yeah, not in the greatest of shape, but not bad. Not bad at all. Now, the thing is most of you are probably thinking, well, it's a $5 red seal. It's not really worth that much. Well, that's the thing. Put whatever price you have in your mind. What do you think this $5 bill is worth? Let's take a look at the book and see how close you are. $5 red seals. Yes. All right, we're looking for 1928C, and I checked, and it's not a mule. Oh, so there. Number 528 with the stars, a 1928C. And as we go across, that first column, if we look at the top, as I can't get it to the top, there we go, is VG8. So we've got VG8, 12, and 20. We'll look at those columns there. So once again, 528 star. In a VG8, it's $65. In a 12, it's $95. And in a 20, it's $125. Now, you were probably thinking that it was going to be in the $12 to $20 range, but no, that's if it wasn't a star. So that's how much of a difference you're talking. I mean, the exact same note right above it, I mean, you were talking $125 at a 20. For a note without the star, $25 to $30 is all. So, yeah, these small heads, when you put a star on them, especially from back in the day, they do command a little bit of a premium, that's for sure. So if you were looking to be in that $100, $150 range with most of the notes in your collection, or at least have that as a starting point, here's a way to get that 1928C series represented in your collection with a note that actually has a little bit of value and could be going up based on whether they stop printing stars or not. Because if they stop printing stars, well, stars will be a thing of the past. If you learned anything new this week, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe. Love reading all your comments. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.